The Sahara is the largest hot desert on Earth. 9 million square kilometers of sand and stone, where almost nothing survives. But the Sahara has a secret. It was not always a desert. Thousands of years ago, this was a green world. Rivers, lakes, grasslands stretching to the horizon, and people who lived among them. When the rain stopped and the green began to die, most of those people scattered. They followed the water north and south, and the desert swallowed what they left behind. But one civilization did not run. In 2044, a survey team mapping the rock beneath the central Sahara detected a vast hollow space, hundreds of meters down. When they reached it, they did not find a cave. They found a doorway, and beyond it, an entire world. Sealed away from the surface for thousands of years, beneath the dead sand, was a living land. Caverns the size of cities, glowing with soft light. Forests of pale trees, running water, fields. An underground world, green and alive, in the heart of the most lifeless place on Earth. The civilization that built it left its name carved at the entrance. Researchers called them the Garan. And the Garan had done something no other ancient people attempted. When their green world began to die, they did not abandon it. They took it underground. Over generations, as the surface dried into desert, the Garan carved downward. They built a vast network of chambers and tunnels, and into them they brought everything. Their crops, their animals, the seeds of every plant they could save. They drew light from the heat of the deep earth and channeled hidden water through the stone, and they sealed the green world they loved away from the dying sky. But the underground world was not meant to be a tomb, it was meant to be an ark. The Garan believed the desert was temporary. They knew from their own records of the sky and the seasons that the green would one day return. The Sahara had been green before, and dried, and greened again, across cycles longer than any human lifetime. So they did not try to survive the desert forever. They tried to outlast it, to keep their world alive, underground, until the rains came back, and they could carry it up into the sun once more. For thousands of years, beneath the sand, the ark endured. The light still glows, the water still runs, the pale forests still grow in the dark, but the Garan are gone. The chambers are empty. Whatever became of the people who built this place, they did not live to see their world return to the surface. And the desert above has not yet turned green again. Near the heart of the underground world, the survey team found a final inscription, left by the last of the Garan for whoever might one day open the door. Translated, it read, "We did not abandon the garden. We carried it down into the dark and kept it alive, so that when the world is ready, it can bloom again. Plant it well." To this day, the world beneath the Sahara remains one of the most extraordinary discoveries ever made. A civilization that, faced with the death of everything they knew, chose not to mourn it, but to save it. A reminder that some endings are not endings at all. That a dying world can be carried, quietly, through the long dark, and kept alive for a future that has not yet arrived. And that somewhere beneath the sand, a garden is still waiting, patiently, for the desert to remember how to bloom. Recovered stories from worlds that never existed.